Hello, I'm Jose Manuel O. Alara, and I'm here to answer the question letter A and B. So, letter A: how did Sunay Furniture go about developing its IS or information system, and why do you think the company chose this option? What other options were available? So, Sunay Furniture began as a hobby for Alex Bayogan. During that time, he only made his own custom furniture until his work and name became well known, at which point he and his work were recognized. He also started his own business and employed over 50 people there. Over the years, increased demand has forced Alex to relocate several times, increase his sales force, expand his product line, and renovate Sone's information system. As the company began to grow, Alex recognized into functional areas manufacturing, sales, orders, accounting, and purchasing. Originally, manual information systems were used. A manual system is a bookkeeping system where records are maintained by hand without using a computer. Instead of transactions are written in journals from which the information is manually rolled up and sent to financial statement. Manual systems are most commonly found in small enterprises that have, have few transactions. At that time, he was using manual information system to run his business at the time. A mini computer was installed to automate application. In the beginning, a process-oriented approach was utilized. A separate application had its own data file. The file, the application automated the manual system on which they were modeled. Thus been made automatic to make their work faster and easier as a whole company. SAP is an enterprise-wide information system that provides a centralized data repository resulting in more consistent and accurate data and less maintenance. One primary advantage of an enterprise-wide information system is that data is accessible throughout the organization more effectively and is more cost efficient. Letter B. One option to Suneo Furniture was an enterprise-wide system. What features does an enterprise system, such as SAP, provide? What is the primary advantage of enterprise-wide system? An enterprise system not only centralizes an organization's data, but enforces the business processes for the organization. When the enterprise system seller designs a module, it has now implement the rules for the associated business processes. Best practices can be built into enterprise system, a major selling point for enterprise system. The primary advantage of enterprise system is to lower the cost of running business, meaning that the company will have more budget to either increase customer service or invest in other aspects of the business that can improve the customer experience. SAP is an enterprise-wide information system that provides a centralized data repository shooting more consistent and accurate data and less maintenance. That's all po. Thank you.
Number C. Sinaya Furniture will be hiring two system analysts next month. Your task is to develop a job advertisement for this position. Locate several websites or newspapers that have job advertisement for system analysts. What skills are required? We are currently hiring two senior information system analysts to be responsible for assessing or build defining business needs to opportunities to ensure effective completion of solutions that meet the expected business objectives. The analyst will identify the documentation of the functional and technical requirements that translates business needs into the high-level system design requirements. The skills required are to identify the opportunities and challenge and to analyze and solve problems. Ability to see organization and information system as system. Must be able to work with programming language as a C++ and Java experience in operating systems like Windows and computer hardware platforms such as IBM and Mac. Management skills such as project management, resources, risk and change. 3 or more years of project management experience preferred. 6 or more years of experience system analysis and requirements management. 4 or more years of work experience in application development and testing. Targeted experience with financial system and transportation logistics A+. Education equivalent up to bachelor degree in information technologies, business, or another related discipline demonstrating the ability of re-engineering process to make it them more effective toward the organization. D. What type of information systems are currently utilized at Soneya Furniture? Provide an example each type. The first one that the information system that utilized by Suneo is the TPS or the transaction processing system. The transaction processing system that Suneo Furniture has is they have the mini computer that automated the everything includes the functions and processes about the business or organization. And the example of that is something like data saving, like that data saving application that will help them to gather the data that comes in their business. And the second one information system that Suneo Furniture that has is the management information system or MIS. The MIS is the one that system that helps second that helps second after the transaction processing system. For example, the management information system is about on managing the data. So it compiles the data that gathered by the transaction processes system. So they work each other by synchronizing. First is the transaction, then the second one process is the management information system. As the management information system compiles the data, so it makes the data organized and categorized. And the third one is the decision support system or the DSS. The decision support system of Suneo Furniture is kind of system that provide the best planning ideas, and that best planning ideas combined with the financial planning and bank loan management, where the business of the company will have idea so that they will not have a problem in planning of financial. So it's a system that will help them to avoid any issues or problems in financial and including in the bank loan. So that's more likely a helpful system for the Suneo Furniture. And the last one is the expert system. The expert system is the most preferable information system, because the expert system helps the Suneo Furniture in way of problem solving. So in terms like the expert system will solve any kind of problem that may occur in the business or organization, so that it can avoid it or it can prevent any issues or problems that may come in the organization. And also, the problem solving in sorting in manufacturing, as we also there's always be a problem in sorting, for example, like the like the delivery or the shipping. So the expert system will find a way to prevent those problems in sorting and also in manufacturing. So defend that is a very important information system, because any problem or issues in the business or organization will be avoided or prevented. Letter E. Create a use diagram for scenario furniture. Explain in details your case as well as your assumption. So I created an use case diagram here for scenario furniture. As you can see the picture that I'm showing. So the first one is to explain what's the customer. So as you can see at the use case diagram, the customer has a different of use cases. The first one is the checkout, search inventory, browse inventory, add item to cart, and check order status. So what is it does it mean? So it means that the customer has the access to the scenario furniture system or application in interacting with the checkout and search inventory and browse inventory. While in production, you can see the employees that has also the access with manufacturing and check order status. Why they have access in order check order status? They have access in check order status so that the employees will know what are the orders, so they know what will be the item that they need to restock or to recreate, so or restock as well. Then they manufactured also after they know the item or the furniture that is needed or that is ordered. The next one is the bank. Sa bank, it's way on checkout, so that the bank like it's a process of online payment in card or credit card. And also there's a second, so it's a modern way of paying, and the manual paying is the cashier. So to checkout the checkout will come up in the cashier. And then the third one is the shipper. The shipper also connects with the checkout, since the checkout means after paying, and after paying, the next one that will happen is the shipping of the furniture. So that's why checkout is connected with the shipper. And the last one is the database. As we all know, the Sonea Furniture has a database on their organization or business. So the database is connected almost in everything. So like it records all data in checkouting, search inventory of the application, browse inventory of the application or system, add item to search to cart to the system, and check order status. And also in manufacturing, in order to record something that is manufactured, like it's almost recording the data of everything of the business or organization. Letter F. Create a DFD for Snea Furniture. Explain in details your DFD creation as well as your assumption. So I created a DFD of the Sonea Furniture. As you can see, I have many external entities here. First, the customer. So the customer has an process or has a data flow of ordering. and payment to the sales. And also the customer has a connection with the database, because the customer's data or the customer information goes as well in database. So database means recording all the data. So in going to the sales, like the process or the process sale, and it has also the gather payment data, so that every payment that happens in the business organization records in the database. And also the order, since in sales it happens the order and the payment, so the order data will be gathered by the database, so that everything that is ordered is also recorded. And after going to the item, it goes to the item ordered of the customer in the production. So as you all know, the production is the main course or main process. So after they receive the item ordered, the production will work as well. So how the production will work is the employees, external entity employees, will have a production schedule. And after the production schedule, the employees will have the working time. So as we all know, employees are the manufacturers of the Sunea furniture, so that they have a working time to come up in the payroll, so that they may get the salary after they work or after they make the furnitures. And also they giving production schedule to the production as they work. And the production gives the production data, as the database records everything that is produced or created or manufactured. And the next one is so that if someone customer ordered the furniture, so the inventory will be deducted, like the items in the warehouse will be deducted, so that procurement is always an option, because it's a way for restocking, so that the employee, after they receive the order, they will give the information in the procurement, so they know, so that the employees that is handled in procurement will notify about the item or especially the materials they need, because they are furniture, so what they ordered is only the materials. So the procurement has a connection in external entity supplier, so the supplier is the one that gives the materials. So the procurement purchases material, and the procurement gives payment to the supplier, and also a purchase order, so that the supplier knows what kind of materials they need for their restocking purpose. And after that restocking purpose, it will goes to item pack. The production will item pack the furniture that is being ordered, and goes as well in shipping until it comes to the very last process, is the item shipped to the customer. That is the data flow diagram of Sunea furniture. Create an ERD or entity relationship diagram for Sunea furniture. Explain in details your ERD creation as well as your assumption. So I created here, as you can see, the entity relationship diagram. So in entity relationship diagram, it was shown the relationship of every entities. Like it's almost related to data flow diagram. So because it has external entities. But in here in entity relationship diagram, you can see all the connection of all entities. So first one is the customer. So the customer has an ID and also the customer name and address and phone as it was the data that as a customer has after going. So those information has a connection in the database in recording the data of the customer or the customer ID so that all the data of the customer will be recorded in the database also. And the next one part connected of the customer's entity is the orders, as well as the customer ordered an item, it will also collected in orders entity. Then after that it goes to production. It has a connection in production, as you can see here. The production has as the orders are connected in production in way of as the customer ordered. So it will have a connection in production, and it will have a connection in entity production. And the entity production has a different connection as well as in supplier, because they need the material and also the supplier data. So that production is also connected in employees. So as employees have a sub-data of employee's name, payroll, address, and phone, because they also have a data. And also the next one is the employees have a connection in entity payroll, as they receive their salaries after their work. And also the production has and also the orders has connected in entity shipment, as they ship the item that is being ordered. And almost of the entity has a connection in the database, because it's the application that is implemented in Sunaya Furniture. The database is the one that records everything, almost everything, so that they know what are the loss and what are the things that they gained, also in terms of revenues and sales.